Hi everybody, let's see how we can make self-service BI a reality. To make the Hue project better and better, we do a lot of log analysis on data analytics on customers and end user usage. We try to see which bugs are coming back quite often, which one should we prioritize. So we're dogfooding a lot Hue with Hue data. This is pretty interesting, and we design a scenario that is very similar, but just a bit more generic. Let's imagine that we are a digital service company and we want to track the launch of a new feature. We are going to build a little customer 360 to understand better more our product on customer usage. We'll use different data sources, one about our customers with Salesforce, and this one is being archived every day. That way we can compare in the time the changes. We have the support cases list. We also have usage logs and marketing database that contains campaigns. In case of Hue, it will be more like a Jira database to have the list of features and bugs. We'll use Impala to query the data, and as a reminder, we'll quickly demo the available shared storage on the local cluster or on the object store with ADLS on S3. And we'll use a Kudu table for the logs. Now let's go to the demo. So I logged in into Hue, and first I can already see my list of databases. So I have a lot of tables. Each database can contain hundreds of even thousands of tables. I can see my list of files on the local cluster in HDFS. Could be files on the S3 object store or ADLS. My Solar collections, HBase indexes, they are all available through the left panel. That's a lot of data, and we are going to try to answer first the questions. So what's the impact of the feature? And start our little customer 360. To search quickly through all this large amount of data, I'm using the top search, and we are demoing that we can find like a free text search, and it's matching on tags. So a data steward or an end user already tagged my data sets. Here I'm looking at all my usage tables matching the data sets. So that's a quick and nice way to have more humane names. Make it easy to search. Also support free text search. So here, all the table matching up, like opportunity, are being bubbled up. And in one click, I will just select my data sets. That will be here. Then I will be able to query. Let's actually start with the save query to save a bit more time. Let me just look up again the table, and I could open it in the assist. And as a quick note that you can also just drag and drop it directly. So in just 2 clicks, we can see the data. Now, even before executing the query, we're getting a warning in the assistant. So this is a large table containing days and days and days of data. If we query without any filter, the query will be really slow and might even harm the cluster. What's nice with the assistant, in one click, it will automatically insert the SQL statements to fix it. So here we need to pick one of the snapshots. We are getting popular snapshots. If there was no popular values available, it will populate the partition columns or even the most popular columns to filter on. So here I'm just picking up the first one. And you can see this is a lot of columns. In practice, I have 40. In practice, it's really more like 400. Now I want recommendation on which column to use for the analysis. And same, the smart editor is bubbling up most important fields. So here's the account on the list of, I think it was the expected revenue. And here we go. If I query it, we already get my list of accounts on expected revenue. This is interesting. It would be even better if you were joining this data with another dataset. And same, the assistant is bubbling popular joins on these datasets and proposing to joins on the main Salesforce account table. It means now I can get my opportunities and also my list of customer name, or was it shipping code, shipping state, instead of just the ID. Now I can join it and get customer tags, also customer emails. And if we are grouping it by customer, then we'll get our list of opportunities with the most promising customers, and we could compare it with last month. Comparing between dates is a really important use case. And here, this is what we are doing, this time with the support cases table. So for each customer support ticket, we want to see average month by month if our support time is taking longer or less. So after the launch of the feature, the trend is slightly going down, so we could guess that the feature launch didn't impact much the customer support, which is a good thing. And then on top of support, one of the key features that we use a lot for Hue, in this case for this virtual company, would be to check the log, the usage. So our customer or users using us less or using us more. This is what we do. So see in buckets of by 4 months, customer by customer, we can see the trend of usage. Not this time as a global level, but more at the finer grain level. And another one is, now we are doing this analysis, and it will be to take a quick action based on the data. So to have something concrete, many cases it will be, oh, we need to fix these issues. Here will be more, oh, let's do a different marketing campaign. So here we're linking our marketing campaigns with our Salesforce accounts. And even better, based on the previous query, we want to just get the marketing campaigns done for customers that happen to have now more than 15 days in average of time to fix their issues. So this customer probably not happy, and we could quickly browse their interaction with the campaign, and this could make us start another campaign dedicated for the non-happy customer. We could reverse it, also target our happier customers, or maybe sell them more. This is a pretty nice way to join. Here we see 4 different datasets together. And the query editor lets you also do like quick mapping. So if you want to even see where do my customer comes from most of the time, the non-happy one. So in 2 clicks, you can get a preview before like downloading it to an Excel or exporting it back to the cluster in another table, or a big file on the local Hadoop file system or object store like S3 or ADLS. And even better, just via the analytic workbench, I can just share my query with the team, where they can play with the data also, iterate on it, and get even more insights. I hope that the demo was useful. All this data and scenario is available on demo.getyou.com. Thank you for watching, and see you at the next episode.